Peace to everyone, and welcome back to the Commands of Christ. Today we are dealing with a warning that Jesus issues with an unusual level of intensity. In Luke chapter 12, verse 15, someone interrupts his teaching to ask for help, settling a financial inheritance dispute. Jesus turns to the crowd and fires off a sharp, protective command. Take heed and beware of covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses. Let's unmask this hidden silent killer of the soul. What makes covetousness so dangerous is its utter invisibility. People confess to murder, they confess to adultery, and they confess to lying. But almost no one ever walks into a prayer group and says, "I am thoroughly greedy. Please pray for my covetous heart." Greed acts like a cultural perfume. It is celebrated as ambition, dressed up as success, and weaponized as security. But Jesus views it as a toxic trap. Look at the double warning Jesus uses. He says, "Horate, take heed, open your eyes, and phylasse, to set up an aggressive military garrison around your soul." Why? Because the enemy he is warning against is Pleonexia. In the Greek, Pleonexia is pleon meaning more and echo meaning to have. It is the insatiable driving hunger to always possess more. It is the deep delusion that your net worth equals your human worth. To drive this warning home, Jesus tells the parable of the rich farmer. His land produced an absolute bumper crop, and he decides to build bigger barns. Instead of using his excess to bless the poor, the man sits back and talks entirely to himself. He says, "What shall I do? I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones, and there I will store all my grain and my goods." Notice the toxic pronoun pattern. My. He thought his life was perfectly secure because his storage capacity was full. But that exact night, God says, "You fool. This night your soul is required of you." The absolute foolishness of covetousness is a structural mismatch. The rich man tells his soul to relax, eat, drink, and be merry. You cannot feed an eternal spiritual human soul with physical commodities like grain brick and gold. Trying to satisfy your soul with luxury items is like trying to put gasoline into a digital computer. It is the wrong currency, and it cannot fill the void. Jesus concludes the warning by summarizing those who lay up treasure for themselves are not rich toward God. There is a way to be immensely wealthy in the eyes of heaven that has nothing to do with your bank accounts. Being rich toward God means your life overflows with generosity, horizontal mercy, kingdom impact, and radical dependence on the Father. How do we post the military guard over our hearts against this silent virus? It requires 3 guardrails. First, systematic deaccumulation. Shattering the grip of greed by giving away your resources before they become your masters. Second, constant self-inquiry. Asking yourself honestly if your career drive is fueled by a fear of scarcity. Third, immediate contentment. Rejoicing in your adoption papers as a son of God. Write this metric on the walls of your mind this afternoon. 0%. Your value, your identity, your security, and your destination have zero correlation to the brand of your car or the size of your house. Your life is hidden in Christ. Evaluate your financial alignment. Are you acting like the hoarder and building bigger barns because you don't trust the Father's tomorrow? Are you a consumer, using luxury items to fix an internal identity wound? Or are you a kingdom conduit, understanding that you are not an owner, but a manager? Money should flow through your hands, not get stuck in them. St. Augustine warned us with a beautiful nautical metaphor. A ship belongs in the ocean. That is what it was built for. But the moment the ocean gets inside the ship, it sinks to the bottom. If we scale our assets on the ledger of eternity, material things register as a rounding error. Radical generosity, loving service, and being rich toward God register at a full 100% value. Build your ledger where it matters. Where is the garrison around your heart failing? Are your possessions currently possessing you? Open your hands. Break the power of greed through immediate generosity and find your total wealth in the King. Thank you for walking through these commands with me. Go out, guard your heart, and I will see you in the next episode. It is all about Jesus.